Alright gang, welcome back to our vintage survival. It's here on Szpakowo, and it's January. We're not going to have a whole lot to do today, so we probably will be skipping a month or two today. But we're going to top off a few things. Firstly, we need to go ahead and top off the chickens a little bit with some of this wheat. The mill has stopped producing because it has ran out of space to be able to continue to produce flour, so we need to try to figure out something to do with that. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with that. This trailer cannot be turned into a bale trailer. We don't have a whole lot of money. The chickens are actually now finally producing eggs as well. I don't know if you saw that or not, but there's a pound of eggs there just now started, so the chickens are finally at the age they need to be at, which is great for us. That's some more money we can make. Today's the best time really to sell flour, so we need to figure out a way to sell some of this flour. As far as how we're going to sell it, I really haven't figured that out yet. We need some kind of a bale trailer. Really, I kind of screwed up with selling the other trailer and buying this one. Although I like this trailer much more, we kind of need the other trailer too because we need something to be able to put these pallets on. Now, we don't really have any way to pick up the pallets either. I do have the ability to pick them up by hand if I want to. I normally don't do that unless it's off camera. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to really restrict myself from being able to pick up pallets by hand on this series, because this series is more like a relaxed type of series, right, with just a limitation on the age of the equipment you use. So I'm not 100% against being able to pick them up by hand. I think I might just do that to help us along a little bit. Maybe later on down the road we'll get some kind of a forklift or a front loader or something that we can utilize to do it that way, but I think for the time being I'm going to let that one go and go ahead and pick them up by hand. I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I don't think people are going to complain that much. It's not a challenge. It's just a survival with old equipment, right? So I think we might do that. I'm just going to look out here and see trailer perspective, excuse me, what we're looking at here. 4,500. I like that one a lot, but it's a little expensive, right? We don't have that money right now. We don't really have money for anything except for these trailers that we were talking about before, right? I could buy it back for 2,800. We would have lost a lot of money in the process of doing this, but that's probably the only choice we got. I might go out on Mod Hub and see if I can find anything else, but that might be the only choice we got. So while we kind of mull that over for a minute, let's see what's out as far as in the used market. Some nice stuff out here. Not really anything for this series, but there's some nice stuff out here. Nothing for us, unfortunately. I was hoping for a trailer. Flour is best right now, so we need to sell the flour now if at all possible. Contract-wise, there's a couple plowing contracts. Those are very big fields for the size of the plow that we have. There's a deadwood contract, which many of you commented on the recent video, and thank you, because I did not realize this. The deadwood contracts, you do not have to utilize like the type of equipment that's there, that's showing you what to use, right? You can actually just go and use a chainsaw is what I've been told, which I've never done. I've never done a deadwood contract because I didn't realize that. I thought you had to have, you know, something that actually cut it legitimately and then felled it. But evidently you can just use your chainsaw and it does the same thing. That's what I've heard, at least. So you can sell them afterwards. So I guess I could put them on a flatbed trailer too and go and sell that as well. So I guess that's an option for us to do today. These plowing ones, like I said, those fields are just a little bit too big. So perhaps that's what we do. Perhaps we do this contract. $750 will get us a little bit of the money that we're going to pay for this trailer. That trailer is going to allow us to also be able to sell some of the flour. I don't want to sell the flour just directly out of the mill itself. I'd rather take it, you know, somewhere to sell it. All right. Well, I guess we'll buy it back. It's a waste of money, but you know, it is what it is. Let's head up to the shop. We'll pick that up. We'll go ahead and accept this contract. We'll give it a shot and see how it goes. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it works out like we're expecting. And hopefully we can put all the trees on there. We're going to cut them down to a small size like we talked about. But, you know, it's just extra money, right? It's just bonus money. So let's go do this. Okay, we are here, so we got to figure out where these trees are that have been marked. In this area here. There's one, there's two. I don't know how many we have to get. 5? Okay. Alright, so 5. Now I'm wondering if I should make sure I get all the trees picked up and on the trailer before I turn in the contract. I would assume that's probably a smart play. Maybe it won't let me pick them up afterwards. I don't know why it wouldn't, though. I don't know why it wouldn't. Maybe not let me cut them. That might be. Okay, so there's 2. Pretty easy to see once you actually figure out what you're looking for, right? I've mentioned many times before in different series, not specifically this one, that I don't really love doing tree work in a time lapse. It just, to me, it can be a little nauseating, especially when things are sped up that fast, because you're moving around a lot and it's not the most elegant looking thing. So I try not to do it. I might have to do a little bit here today, but I try not to. This looks like one over here. So this should be 4, and then there's one more remaining. Okay, one more. I'm not really sure where it is. I haven't seen it yet. Let's see. It must be over here somewhere on this side, because this is the side we haven't really looked at yet. Not seeing the final one here, gang. I don't know where it is. Might have to go into a bird's eye view here and see if we can find it that way. We're way too far out of the zone now. Okay. Where is this last one at? We're just looking for a dead tree. It's pretty easy to normally see these dead trees, but... is that it? I think that's it. There it is. We found it. We must have walked right past it. I don't know how we missed it. Okay, they are done. Now, the next thing is going to be trying to cut these down into a length that I can pick up, and it's been a while since I've done that. I've been utilizing a winch a lot versus doing that. So let's see if we can figure out how far we can go here. This is probably too big, honestly. If I remember, it's very, they have to be very small when they're down here by the bottom of the trunk. Okay, I can pick that up. Okay. Alright, well, that's different. I don't have Lumberjack mod or anything like that, gang, so I'm on console, in case you stumbled across this and don't know. So I don't have the option to be able to pick up massive trees like this. It would be very convenient and easy for me if I was able to do that, but unfortunately that's not the case. So that one is going through the trailer. Okay, we'll gloss over that. Alright, like I said, I feel like the tree work can be pretty nauseating, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'll just I'll chop down into pieces that hopefully we can pick up the rest of the trees here, and I'll be back with you once we have a full load. We might have to do a couple of loads here, I don't really know, because this tree is filling that trailer up pretty quickly. So the odds are we're going to have to make a couple of trips here. But this, yeah, this definitely could be some good money for us. So, yeah, it's probably worth it, right? We should probably have been doing this the whole time. You guys are all probably correct. Well, you're always correct, but you know what I mean. I can't see nothing. I have no idea. Here we go. Nearly impossible to see in here. Alright, like I said, I'll carry on here, gang. I'll get as many of these on the trailer as I can, so we can try to make it just 2 trips. We're going right through it, evidently. Not sure why, but okay. That's fine. Anyway, I'll carry on, and yeah, we'll get all this up here, and I'll be back with you shortly. Perfect. Alright, we were able to actually get every tree on there. But they're on there. It's not the most elegant thing you've ever seen in the world, but they're there, they're strapped, and they shouldn't go anywhere, hopefully. So let's figure out where we're going to be selling these at before we turn that contract in, because I certainly do not want to have an issue where maybe we lose those before we're able to sell them. Wood. Where are we selling wood at? That is something we have yet to do on this map, so I have no idea where I'm going. Wood. Not a terrible price. It's pretty much the same price throughout the time period. So the carpentry is very close for 1786, or we can go to the sawmill, which is much further away, for about $50-ish more per 1,000 liters. I feel like it might be smart for us to even spend the extra $50, because this is what I'm going to essentially call relatively free money. How far away is the sawmill? Where is the sawmill? Why am I not seeing it on here? I did cling it. I did cling it. I did pick it, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Where is it? Oh, down here. Well, that's not that far. Well, how close is the other one? The other one is like right here or something? Is that what it is? Carpentry's like right next to us? I don't even see that flashing anywhere. Well, either way, I'm going to spend a little bit of extra feet, I guess, and go sell it there, because why not? Yeah, so hopefully we get a couple $1,000 out of this, and then the $750, $800, whatever it was for the contract itself. That'll put us in a better spot. And now we've got another trailer again that we spent a lot more on this trailer than we had to, because we wouldn't have sold it last time, but you know, I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I've mentioned that many, many times. I am certainly not perfect, and always learning something new every day in this game. Prime example is utilizing the chainsaw specifically to do these contracts. I didn't realize that the deadwood contracts were allowed to be done that way, I guess. I don't really know what's the fastest way to get there. I don't think the way I'm going is the way I should go. It's not. I need to go back this way. I'm going to go down our normal road, and it's down to the end of that. Alright, I think I know where I'm going. I think. I'm going to leave that trigger on just to try to help me turn off the map. We'll see you there. Well, I think we found it here, gang. This looks like a sawmill to me, all these trees out here, so we just gotta figure out where we're gonna put these things and sell them now. I'm gonna do a quick save here. I don't want anything to crash on me. I really don't know how this is all gonna work. So let's just do a quick save and make sure nothing crashes, no issues happen. Alright. Okay, so let's see if we can turn on the marker. There it is, back behind me. Okay, so not a ton of money. I didn't expect it to be a ton because obviously it was dead wood anyway, right? So, but there you go. Made a little bit of money off that. Let me turn this back off. I don't like the icons on. You guys know that. We'll go ahead and accept that. Perfect. That gets us up to 2,321. A little bit less, but almost what we started with, so we pretty much paid for the trailer again. But that's good. So we've got that taken care of. So let's head back to the farm. I don't know why I turned the beacons off. Let's head back to the farm. Let's just see what else we can get into today. Probably sell that flour, like we talked about, right? I'm probably just going to pick it up by hand, so gloss over that if you don't like that. But again, this is not really a challenge series, so I'm not, holding myself to doing things super realistic. We just want to make sure that what we're doing is utilizing things that are older than older than 2000, 1999 and older, right? So let's head back to the farm. All right, I believe I have them all stacked up. Yep, nothing else there in storage. So that's a decent amount, actually. It's more than I expected we were going to get out of there already. So that's good, right? That's going to be some good money here coming in. Now, flour. Where are we going to sell this flour at? That's a great question. I think there was only 2 places. Might even be less than that, but I think it was very small. Yeah, 1 place, actually. There's only 1 location to sell it at. 1,438, so it's actually less than what the average best is, so we should have probably sold this first, but we didn't really have the money anyway, right? So we had to make some tough choices there, and it was the smartest play for us. So let's head there. Now, we know where this is, but we don't necessarily know where we're selling these at over there. It's over there as soon as we get into the left, so we haven't done that yet. We've been to this area many, many times, but we have not... we have not sold... the flour there yet. So let's head up there and hopefully we'll get a good chunk of change. Well, we should get a good chunk of change. It's not even hopefully. We're going to get about 1,500-ish per pallet. And we've got 9,000 liters there. So it should be pretty nice little payday for us, right? Probably 13,000-ish, right? Something like that. Yeah, we'll find out. That is fantastic. Pretty much what I said, about $13,000. That's $12,939. So that's really good. They're still working on those pipes, man. They've been working on those pipes for forever. We're at $15,260. That's really good. That's money that we absolutely needed so much. Gosh, we needed that money so much. Okay. Is there anything else that's popped out? Nope, nothing's out there in the used market for us. What about contract-wise? Anything out there? Anything new? There's a cultivating contract, which is pretty much a large contract, though. I don't necessarily know if that's what we want to do. There's another deadwood contract. We already did that. I'm not going to do that again today. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot else to do here today. I was thinking that we would just, do a little bit here, sell some stuff, and then move to the next episode. But since we decided to do that wood contract, now I know I didn't do a whole lot of it on camera with you, but since we decided to do that wood contract, I think I'm not going to jump away from January. I don't think there's going to be anything specifically else for us to do today as far as contracts go, or maybe even farming work, but we might put something else down on the farm. So let's get back to the yard and let's see if I can figure out a way to make it work. I'm not sure if we have quite the amount of money we need for it yet, but let me see if we can make it work. All right, so we're actually going to be able to do what I want to do, and it's not something we've talked about yet. I talked many times about, purchasing this land and the land around us, which we really haven't had the money to do. What we're going to do is we're going to buy Field 66. Let's go visit Field 66 really quick. So this field, it's got this nice barn on it, right? I really like this barn a lot. I think it makes sense. I think it fits with everything. However, the problem with it is... actually, it won't even let me open it. But the problem with it is, this is a cow barn. If you look through the window here, you'll be able to see it. That machine right there is way too new. Way too new for this series. So, as much as I like this barn and everything, we're going to have to get rid of it. But we're going to buy the land here. It's not super expensive. get something back for this barn. I'm not sure how much we'll get back. But we'll get something back for it. And the reason why I'm buying it is because it's relatively flat land, and we can make our own field here, right? So we can get rid of this barn, get a little bit of the money that we're spending on this back, which is always something I try to strive for, right? Whenever I buy fields, I'd like to buy them if there's already a crop in it. If there's not a crop in it, I want to buy it when I can sell, whatever the actual building is. So this is going to make a relatively nice field, or whatever we decide to do. Maybe we don't do a field, but nonetheless, it's flat here, so maybe we could do something else. But I guess we'll find out. So we're going to buy it. Let's do that. 11,592 still leaves us a little bit of money, so that's good. So this is the cow barn. I should be able to open it up now, I think. Yeah, okay. So yeah, as you can clearly tell, this barn is super nice. I'd love to have it, but this stuff over here, it's too new. So we can't keep that. So we're going to get rid of it. So let's go ahead and sell that right now. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, that is very wow. The field, the whole piece of land costs less, and we're going to make money off this by selling this. I don't know if I like that now. Well, I mean, that's part of it. So, I mean, you would have thought they would have made the land more expensive if they knew you could sell that cow barn. Anyway, we've got this piece of land now, so we can do whatever we want with it. And what are we going to do with it? You're going to have to join us in the next episode to find out. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate all your continued support. Discord's down below. Want to become a member? Also down below. And we'll see you in the next episode.